All right, the big question, do you have to go to college for real estate? First, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about college. Then I'm gonna tell you a little bit about real estate. And then by the end of this video, you're gonna know in your mind if you need to go to college to be in real estate. All right, so my name is Brent Bowers. I do have a college degree, and the reason why I got my college degree was because I wanted to be an Army officer. I started out enlisted in the military. I went into the military as an E2. I got all the way to E5, and then as a sergeant E5, the military pulled me out of Afghanistan on my second deployment and sent me to college because I got approved for something called the Active Duty Green and Gold program, where I went through ROTC, Reserve Officer Training Corps, and that's where I got my degree, and I became, educated with a bachelor's degree in arts, BA, not in science. No, I'm not your straight A student. I'm not a thinker brain, but I was just doing that to get promoted in the military to become an officer because I wanted to be an officer. Now, I started my real estate company. Well, the first house I ever bought was in 2007. I did get a real estate license, and I went through Indian River State College to get that real estate license, and I took a course, but I didn't have to go through a college course to do that. I could have done that online. I could have done that at Real Estate B School. There's multiple other ways to get in real estate without going through college. Am I against colleges? Absolutely not. I had a ton of fun in college. I met my wife in college. I had a blast in college. But am I proud of the $60-something thousand in debt that I accumulated to get that college degree? No. Let me tell you what paid off that debt. Real estate. The real estate money that I make every single day on the land payments that we get every single day in our bank account automatically, not mailbox money, that money goes directly into our bank account, is what paid off my student loans for college that I thought I needed, which I did need it. I needed it to get promoted in the military. So fast forward about 2016, I'm after college now. I'm now working as a brand new Army officer, and I'm getting paid pretty well, but I think I'm working longer hours than anybody else that I knew. I'm not seeing my kids wake up in the morning because I'm already gone. I'm not even seeing my kids go to bed because I'm not even home yet, because that's how many hours I was working as an Army officer. And that was when we were in garrison. Garrison is when you're not in the field training or not deployed. And then we would go in field train because we were preparing for a deployment, and I'm gone for almost 2 weeks at a time, and I'm not seeing my family again. Now I'm searching for answers. I had already bought in that first real estate investment property in 2007, right before the market tanked in 2008. That really kind of hurt me a little bit because I was really starting my real estate career back then. It's when I got my real estate license. I ended up letting my real estate license go about the 2010 timeframe, when it was time for me to take that continuing education that I did not take because I had joined the military. So 2013, when I went to college, I bought the house next door to the college and started doing something called house hacking. I was a single guy, so I actually rented out the other 2 rooms. I bought a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and I kept the master suite, basically with the master bedroom with a bathroom inside of it, so I didn't have to share a bathroom with anybody. And I rented out the other 2 rooms for $600 a month each. Well, my mortgage payment was about $1,000 a month, so I was making $1,200 a month total. So technically, everything was paid for in the house. And all my salary that was being paid by the Army, plus my other real estate things I was doing, was all pure profit. So I got started in real estate while I was in college. Did I have to go to college to do real estate? Absolutely not. I did not have to do that. Did college help? Maybe. I don't know. Did it hurt me? Absolutely not. It gave me a few things to pay for. It gave me some student loans to pay for. And I actually used a student loan one time that I didn't need for class, but I ended up needing it for a kitchen remodel that I was doing on one of my rental properties. So that was pretty cool. I used a student loan to pay for a brand new kitchen on my rental property. But what did I ultimately find? I found the holy grail of passive income investing with real estate. Because in 2016, when I was fed up, I'm like, I'm getting out because I'm tired of not seeing my family. I'm worried that my wife's gonna leave me because I'm never home. And that's not how you sustain a healthy marriage, by not being home. And God bless our military, that's always gone. But I was looking for answers, and I started listening to podcasts. I started watching videos just like this, and here was my dilemma. A lot of people were not telling me the action steps to take to make money in real estate. So I'm gonna give you the action steps that I took right now. I called my county treasurer that day. I heard about, well, let me tell you why I called the county treasurer. That day I heard a man on a podcast. I was listening to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast. I was listening to another podcast. I was listening to all these podcasts and I was not getting the steps except for on Wholesaling Inc. That is one of the best podcasts you could ever listen to. And I say that, I want to give you this disclaimer. I'm a host of that podcast, but the reason why I think that the Wholesaling Inc. podcast is the best podcast you can ever listen to is because we give clear instruction. You get to hear the students that come through Wholesaling Inc. You get to hear the success they're having and the steps that they took to get it. But let me go back to the podcast that I had heard. I had heard a gentleman on a podcast talking about the success he was having in land investing. He was buying this piece of land and roughly flipping it overnight. He was selling it overnight pretty much and quadrupling his money, doubling his money, sometimes tripling his money. And I was like, that is exactly what I'm looking for. So I called the tax delinquent. I called the county treasurer and I got the tax delinquent list from the county treasurer's office. What is the tax delinquent list? This is a list of people not paying their property taxes. That's it. Some counties call it the tax collector's office. Some counties call it the county treasurer's office. I want you to call your county and say who is in charge of keeping track of the people not paying their taxes on their property. And that is the list you're looking for. And then you're gonna have to figure out this list. You're gonna have to figure out how to read it. Some are gonna have schedule numbers. Some are gonna have APNs. Some are just gonna be plain old folio numbers. And you're gonna have to plug these numbers in the county assessor's website. And this county assessor's website is gonna tell you what the name of the owner is, what their mailing address is, and what the site address is. That's basically the situs address or the property address where the land is located. And then you're gonna have to send these people a letter that says, hey, I'm interested in buying your land at 123 Main Street. If you're interested in an all cash, fair offer, give me a call or text me anytime. God bless you. And the phone will ring. I'm actually gonna give you a free gift. I'm gonna give you the exact postcard that I used to buy my first 200 parcels of land. But before I do, I want you to stop right here and smash that subscribe button. I'm giving you tons of value and I continue to promise you more and more value if you subscribe to this channel because you're gonna get updates from me 5 days a week because I come out with these videos every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. All right, let's keep rolling. That free gift I promised you. I'm gonna send you directly to a website that you can download this postcard that I bought my first couple hundred parcels of land with, and that website is thelandsharks.com/postcard. All right, now I want you to mail at least 20 of these people a day on this tax delinquent list because if you mail these people, guess what's gonna happen? Your phone is gonna start ringing and you're gonna start having conversations with people that own property that they're not paying the back taxes on. And these people, when they don't pay their back taxes long enough, they lose the land. And if they lose the land, they now have nothing. So you can actually help them from losing everything as far as the land's sake. Because a lot of these people don't care about this land. They inherited it. They bought it 20 years ago. They were one day maybe gonna build a cabin on it, you name it, but life kept getting in the way. They kept having kids or they had to pay for now private school and then college and then, now they're paying for their grandchildren's college and they never built that second home with that piece of land on that lake, or they never built that cabin or you name it, things happen. So I want you to communicate with these people and figure out a way that you could solve their problems, solve their issues, help their challenges of getting this land sold to you at a discount. It's gotta be at a discount because there's gotta be a way for you to make money on selling this land. So if you're buying this land, it's worth maybe, let's just say 20,000 and you get it under contract for 11,000, you're gonna have people beating down your door to buy it from you for, 14,000. So the difference between 11,000 and 14,000, 12, 13, 14, that's $3,000. That's a difference of $3,000, but you're still selling it to your buyer at a discount. They're buying a $20,000 piece of land for $14,000. Don't you think someone would like to get a discount on a piece of land? How do you find these people? You find them on Craigslist. You write signs that say half acre, must sell, cash only phone number. You put it on Craigslist. You put it on Facebook buy sell groups. You put it on Facebook Marketplace. You call the neighbors and ask if they'd be interested in it. And I love more than anything to sell or finance land. I like to buy it. If I can buy it for $14,000 and it's worth $20,000, I can sell or finance it to the neighbor if he gives me $14,000 down and $100 a month until he pays off the land that's worth $20,000. There's a way to figure out, like, to build profit immediately with these land investments. I talked about the first land deal that I ever bought for $285 and sold it to a realtor the next day for $5,000. The second land deal I ever did was I bought the land for $500 and put it on Craigslist that night for $500 down and $400 a month. That's the one that changed my life, because that was the start of the building the passive income that turned into basically a snowball effect of little tiny sawdust shavings making huge piles that turned into 74 notes paying us every single month. And it turned into me quitting my job in the military. It turned into me moving across the country to Florida. Turned into me being close to my parents and my wife's parents and seeing my kids go to school every morning and being there when they come home from school and having dinner every night. So that's what that all turned into, that one little land deal, by listening to a podcast and taking action. I hope you're taking action today. I want you to continue taking action, and I want you to go to thelandsharks.com and fill out the application. Schedule a call. Talk to my team. I talked about the Wholesaling Inc. podcast. I've joined forces with Wholesaling Inc. I am their official land coach. My team is going to talk to you. We're going to see what your real estate investing goals are. And if we like what you have to say, we might even invite you into the Rhino Tribe.